Do you have questions about the difference between a classification and a title? Well, we're going to talk about those differences coming up right now. Hi, I'm Brittany Frederick with the Mississippi State Personnel Board, and today we're going to talk about the difference between a classification and a title. Now, we know a lot of employees use those terms interchangeably, but there are some key differences that we're going to talk about today. First, let's talk about classification. Here at the Personnel Board, you've heard us talk about classification ad nauseum, and that's for very good reason. The Personnel Board is charged by the legislature to ensure that state employees are paid fairly and equitably when compared to others performing similar duties. We do that through classification. Employees can think of classification as being very important on paper for critical administrative processes such as salary and payroll. Now let's talk about titles. You as an agency can use titles to reflect the specific role that your employees play within their division or department. Sometimes we refer to titles as functional titles because titles often reflect the function that each employee serves at their agency. Employees can think of titles as what they tell people they do, what's in their email signature, or what's on the business card. But you as an agency can choose employees' titles based on your agency needs or your organizational structure. Now, here's something that may surprise you. Here at MSPB, we don't care about titles. No, we don't. And I know that may sound harsh, but this is what I mean. Remember, MSPB is charged by the legislature to ensure that employees are paid fairly and equitably. And we do that by working with agencies to ensure that employees are classified correctly in the proper classification that reflect their duties. Remember, you as an agency can choose your employees' titles to best meet your needs and agency organizational structure. Here's an example. An employee in a public relations specialist classification may have the functional title of communications director, public information officer, social media manager, or media relations coordinator. That's up to the agency based on that specific employee and the functions that they perform at that agency. One aspect that can cause confusion is when employees in different job classes have the same functional title. Yes, across state government, employees that are in different job classifications can have the same functional title. This is because different roles vary in scope, size of agency, duties, number of direct reports, and many other factors. Let's go back to our PR specialist example. One agency may have a PR specialist 2 functioning as their communications director, while another larger agency may have a PR specialist 3 functioning as their communications director. And that's okay, because remember, these employees are in their classification based on the scope of their duties and other factors like number of direct reports or size of agency, etc. Now, I want to address another issue we receive many questions about. We'll use an example. Emily is a nurse 3. Now, in the old classification system, she was a nurse 5. But MSPB launched a new classification system in early 2022 where we streamlined many of the classifications. Her old classification of Nurse 5 does not exist anymore in the new system. We know Emily may feel like she's been demoted to a lower position with her new classification, but that's not the case. Now, Emily's agency can choose to give her the functional title of Nurse 5. That's okay with us. If that meets your agency's organizational needs, go for it. Or she can have a different functional title like shift supervisor if that's the role she's serving. MSPB wants to work with you to ensure your agency's employees are classified correctly. The functional titles are up to you. You know your agency better than we do, so we want you to assign functional titles that meet your needs and organizational structure. We hope this video has been helpful to you and may help you explain the difference between classification and title to your employees. If you have any other questions, reach out to your SPB analyst or email us at mspb.communications@ms.gov. We'll see you next time.